In today's episode of Adventure Everything, I'm taking you to Iguazu, which borders Brazil, Argentina and Paraguay and is considered by most to be the largest waterfall system in the world. So strap in and prepare to get very wet. It can't just be me, but this lockdown situation is getting tedious and I just want to think about travelling. So what I'm doing right here on my Adventure Everything channel is I am kind of going back through some of my most memorable trips I've taken over the last 5 or 10 years on my main YouTube channel. Videos that a lot of you guys probably will never have seen before unless you have been on my channel from way in the beginning. And giving those episodes a bit of fresh breath of life, bringing them back to life for you guys to see right here on this channel, and really giving myself a bit of inspiration for travel again, something I totally miss. So I'm going to be doing that quite regularly right here on this channel. And if you're new to Adventure Everything, this is my channel where I talk about my travel and adventures, vlogs, lifestyle and all that type of stuff. It's great to see you here. Thank you for joining in, everyone. If you're new, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. Then you won't miss anything. And in today's episode, I'm talking about the Iguazu Falls, and I'm going to be showing you this place because it is truly amazing. I went there 5 years ago, 2015, and stayed on the Brazil side in a town called Foz de Iguaçu, named after the waterfalls. This is in south of Brazil and borders Argentina and Paraguay. We stayed there for 4 days in Brazil in an awesome guest house and invited by the kind of local tourism board. It was such an amazing, awesome experience, and I really wanted to share this because I know a lot of you guys will have not have seen it. And if you're thinking about traveling again, planning your trips for next year, I don't know when we're going to get out of this, have a thought about Iguazu Falls. It is one of the 7 natural wonders of the world and a place really I think is a bucket list place. Highly recommend it. You must go and just watch this video. Hope you enjoy it. We're on month 2 of lockdown and we all need a bit of inspiration, right? So here it is. Enjoy.
I'm really excited because we've just arrived at the waterfalls and I've seen them from the car window for the first time and they look amazing. Photos don't do them justice.
One of the first things we saw on the Brazil side of the park was a quachi, a member of the raccoon family. There are thousands of them in the park and they have no fear of people whatsoever. The Iguazu Falls span a series of 275 separate cascades, and on the Brazilian side you have a fantastic view from up high and down below.
So much power in that water. Unbelievable.
Iguazu is the world's biggest waterfall system, stretching over a kilometre in length and with an average flow of over 60,000 cubic feet per second. One thing about visiting the falls is you need to prepare to get wet. Very wet. But the views are totally worth it.
Okay guys, we're driving to below the waterfalls now because we're going to get a boat which is going to take us right under the falls. But there we get really wet, so I'm not going to take my Canon vlogging camera. I'm going to switch over to the GoPro because it's the only one that can get wet.
It might seem dangerous, but we were offered and took the opportunity to get much, much closer than this. And on the way to the boat docks on the river, we went through a nature trail where we learned about the local fauna. It was an amazing experience, and the Natural Park and Wildlife Reserve in the area includes an area of over 2,000 acres of Atlantic rainforest. It was time to put the life jackets on and get ready for a soaking. boat ride underneath the falls costs around $50 per person and was well worth the adventure, but be warned, even in summer the water is freezing cold.
And now we're all wet but all happy. Seriously guys, that was one of the best experiences I've ever had in my life. You guys, if you just get the chance to come here one day, do it. It's worth it. It's such an amazing place.
You can see on a map that Foz do Iguaçu in Brazil is very close to Argentina, and in fact in Argentina there is a town called Puerto Iguazu, both of which are the main tourist hotspots for each country's access to the waterfalls. As you know, I have got a deep connection with Brazil, but Argentina is worth a visit as well and is actually a cheaper place to visit and to stay, so that's something worth considering. Anyway, as the two places are so close together, it would have been rude not to take a day trip over to Argentina from Foz do Iguaçu to Puerto Iguazu and to see what their side had to offer.
Got my passport at the ready. It'd be interesting to see the falls from another angle. So we're here in the national park of Iguazu in Argentina. Basically the same as the national park we were in Brazil, but the Argentinian side. And so far it looks pretty much kind of similar, maybe slightly less trees, and everybody speaking Spanish obviously rather than Portuguese. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what this side holds.
The Argentinian side is full of nature too, but the main reason to visit this side is to stand on top of the Devil's Throat. This is one of the sections of the Iguaçu Falls with the largest amount of water cascading through and is truly impressive.
Garganta del Diablo, which means Devil's Throat. First part of the waterfalls, Iguazu in Argentina. Almost there, I can hear the water. Almost at the Devil's Pool.
The waterfalls here were absolutely amazing, but we had worked up quite a hunger. There was no way we could leave Argentina back to Brazil without trying some Gaucho steak.
I'm going to say this is the best meat I've ever had in my life, for sure.
Next time on Adventure Everything, join me as I make friends with a toucan.